Hello, Ian. My name's David. I just got done viewing your most recent video entitled, what was it? How We Change, where you spoke on fear, about how fear dictates the actions of everyone and the obstacle of overcoming fear, the fear that overcoming fear instills in each human. You said that fear is necessary. I don't know if it's necessary as much that it's present. Its presence it's omnipresent. Every human experiences fear, and some people seek refuge within certain things, within substances, other things, to push these fears aside so that we don't have to deal with these fears. And I think that that's where an imbalance comes into play. I think that humanity is learning how to cope, not even cope, how to deal with fear, and how to instill a personal sense of perseverance and to overcome this fear by dealing with it. And I think that with the advent of technology and its spread throughout each culture, I think we're beginning to see the byproduct of an enlightened culture delve into the subject with substance, and really begin to embrace these things that we have been in fear of for so long. As far as in general, society is becoming a more fact-based culture. We seek out fact-based inquiries to understand nature around us and how we perceive certain events, how we perceive everything, and then our perception on certain events changes because of this advent of technology that is blossoming right now throughout the world. So as far as fear being a necessity, I can see this to be true as far as it's almost like a survival mechanism. If we had no fear, well, one, we would do things that would put ourselves in jeopardy of being killed or hurt, or other people emotionally and physically, if we didn't have this ingrained sense of fear instilled in us almost from the moment of birth. I would say from the moment of birth. But as far as you speak, you say, think of this in a first-person perspective. It feels like you're speaking for the ego, like you're really trying to implement. Maybe it's subconsciously. It's like you're really trying to further your ego, like you're speaking to it. Like we need to. And I catch myself doing this a lot too. I'm really new to this technology, and I don't see. And when I say misogynist, I obviously embody this trait within myself, or else I wouldn't be able to see it in you. So this could just be a construct of the mind, but it feels like you're almost trying to offer enlightenment to the masses by speaking on this subject. And if you are knowledgeable, and it seems like you can correlate your fears with reality and learn from them and move on from there, where many people, including myself, this isn't always the case. I think humans, we don't embrace life as it is. I mean, each of us can create our own reality, and each of us does, as you see by the competing ideologies. I mean, there's only one nature, yet so many different competing ideologies. And not that they all can't be correct. I believe there are many different pathways to absolutes that are true in the corridors of time. But with all these competing ideologies and all these different vantage points, I think they're beneficial. But what it demonstrates is that there is no correct one way to go. We each learn from each other's experience, and by experiencing life, facing these fears and overcoming the obstacles that have been placed before us, we're able to internalize the world around us and externalize our problems for the world to see, and in turn we learn from what we intake and what we output hand in hand. So I think there's definitely a balance in this regard as well. I think that fear is probably always going to be present to some degree, and as you and I've touched on earlier in this piece, I believe that there always has to be a sense of fear within the individual, but we have to understand that fear dictates a lot of our actions, and this causes imbalance in the life that we lead, in the aura that we give off, in our perception of the world. So we need to learn how to deal with these fears in order to deal with the world around us in a productive and efficient manner, so we can finally adapt to the evolution that's concurrent with life, and from there we can truly understand our purpose. I mean, it's like, we can understand now there's an innate sense, an intuitive sense that we're on the right track. I believe that no matter what path we're on, we can veer here or there with societies adopting certain behaviors and ideologies, but we're ultimately all running concurrent to the same manifestation. Whatever the means of creation are dictating, you can see that the human saga is going towards this path, and no one can be certain what it is. But with the expansion of consciousness, with the advent of the internet and technology, and how it's flourishing right now, and just the overall sense of communication that it gives to the individual, the power that it gives to the individual to speak on a global stage and address these problems, concerns, and fears, and everything that we've had built up through centuries. See, it feels like, and it probably is because of technology, that it feels like I've had this course of existence with humanity, with our past. It feels like I've lived concurrently with them, and all their struggles and their lessons that they went through, it seems like it's propelling us. I mean, we always learn from the past, but if we don't learn from the past, then history is going to repeat itself. It's inevitable. So I think today stands alone as a new day in the hearts of humanity, in the minds of humanity, where we can truly make a difference for the better.